another good morning, time to go. Oh, we are all looking for adventure. 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 We are all looking for.
All right, we're doing it. First ever podcast in this setup here in the Gravity Design Labs studio. What's going on? It's your man, Brian Small, aka BigPapaSmall. Welcome into the channel. Today we're going to get into some Arkansas football, some Arkansas basketball, which I'm more excited about, if I'm being honest. And we're going to get into a few of the picks that I like this week, a few college football and a couple NFL games. So anyway, with that being said, let's get right into the football. So last week, Arkansas played Auburn, and we'll move on from that. That's the last thing we need to say about that. That was a burn the tape kind of game. We didn't show up. We didn't want to play, obviously, and it was not a good one. So looking forward to Saturday, we're playing FIU, Florida International, at 6:30 at Donald W. Reynolds, and tailgating is going to be good for that one. And depending on what team shows up, we may or may not cover that 29-point spread. Now, the good news is FIU averages about 19 points a game, so we should cover, but I'm thinking it'll probably be more like a 38-10 kind of game. So not covering. So I have FIU covering this game just because I don't know what team's going to show up. I hope that we cover, we blow them out, and we win by 100, obviously. But that being said, I don't know about that happening. So this game is going to show more so the heart of the players and the coaching staff. I hate to say that because they always play, and they always play hard, with the exception of this last week. It just complete collapse. But I think this coaching staff has heart. I know the players have heart, most of them at least. So it's going to be a lot to see how they bounce back from this Auburn loss, because I don't think this coaching staff has had a loss like this. Because I don't think they've lost like this since the Chad Morris days. So we'll see. With that loss, the coaching rumors, all that going around, we'll see. If by some worst case scenario the Hogs end up losing this game, it'll probably be Sam Pittman's last game. Just because that can't happen. So we'll see how they respond. I think it'll be okay, but we'll win. We should, and we'll go from there. But with that, that's all the Arkansas football we got. It's not bright and sunny days in there, so we don't want to talk about that too much. Anyway, we'll take a quick break. We'll get back and we'll talk about some more fun of the Arkansas basketball team and their past matchup and their next one. So be right back. Hey guys, I'm Brian Small. I'm the owner of Gravity Design Labs. If you need any kind of graphic design, logo, a website, whether you're a business or you're just a regular person just out there needing something done, you want to make something for your fantasy football team, anything like that, I'm your guy. Reach out at gravitydesignlabs.com or Instagram at Gravity Design Labs. I'm always willing to talk to you, no matter what your need is, or if you just want to talk about some Razorback sports, that's cool too. I love that. So, reach out with any of your needs, and let's see if we can help each other. All right, have a great day. Thanks. Go Hogs! So let's talk about some Arkansas basketball. We've got this past Monday we played Old Dominion, and they gave us everything we could handle. Our 3-point defense was not good, and Muss came out and was not, after a win, he was not happy with the defense, which you got to love. You got to love seeing a coach that's just, he's passionate and he cares enough that he doesn't, even in a win, he's like, no, we got to do better. We can't have that. So I think we'll come out and play better this week, but they had a couple of guys, Caesar and Chauncey. They were just a certified bucket. Monday night. They could not miss. In fact, the only shot that I remember being a bad miss, Chauncey had a wide open shot, and he didn't have any way to flop and try to get extra shots. I think that kid flopped every time he touched the ball, but that's neither here nor there. He did all right. Devo looked pretty good and had him locked down in the first half, so that was good. What you kind of expect that from Devo at this point. So I think going forward, Devo and Marks, they're going to be a pretty good defensive team in their own right there. They're going to kind of lock it down, and Mark's going to step into that role that wow. That Jordan Walsh, wow, I just completely spaced for a second. Jordan Walsh left that, he was kind of developing into that lockdown defender. I think Mark's going to bring that scoring and that defense in and really be a yin to Devo's yang there. Is going to be really good. So coming up, I think UNC Greensboro, they're the team that kind of, it was a game in the last 5 minutes of that game last year that Nick Smith kind of took it over. So I think they're going to come in. They're a veteran team led by the Langley boys. Those guys they're seniors and they lead the stats so far in the young season. But they just took Vandy at Vandy. It was a 74-70 loss that they had at Vandy, which is, it's Vandy, so you're not really looking at that as they didn't do it to Kentucky or Arkansas yet. We'll see. But I think they'll be one of those teams that will be sniffing around in the postseason. They'll win their conference probably. That's why they schedule these teams, because they're good. And they kind of test this in different ways. So this is a team that we're seeing our veteran team, see if they can come together against this veteran team that's been together for a little bit. So we'll see. I'm looking forward to a good game tonight, though. I think it's going to be one of those down to the wire and exciting games. So I'll be there and I'll be cheering. I won't be reporting anything, but I'll be cheering and I'll be having a great time. So I'll see you guys there for that. And with that, we're going to take another break and we'll get into some of the picks that we're looking at. The Small Team with Lindsay and Associates is a proud sponsor of Sports Talk with Big Papa Small. With over 35 years of combined experience in residential and commercial real estate, they are ready to help you buy, sell, or lease. No matter what season you're in, the Small Team is a team you can trust. Find out more at smallrealestatenow.com. All right, let's see what we got here. This on the picks, I don't know if you guys are listen to the Real NWA JB in the mornings or post games, 15 minutes after the game ends on Podbean and YouTube on post game. You should check it out. I'll put a link in the description below. He's one of the best journalists in the state, in the country, and he's right here in our backwoods covering the Razorbacks. And me and him are having a little pick contest, and we won't get into our records because neither one of us are doing too good. He's got a 4-game edge on me, which isn't saying much because I'm not doing good. But with that being said, I'll kind of recap some of the picks that we got going this week, and I'm going to read my notes here, and we'll get into it. So we obviously picked the Arkansas game, Arkansas FIU, and both of us actually picked FIU to cover. There's just that's so many points. We're a 29.5-point favorite, so it's a lot of points no matter what's going on. Much less this offense hasn't really been clicking very well, with the exception of Florida. So we'll see. Like I said earlier, it'll depend on what team shows up for that one, and then out in Miami, down in the warm state of Florida, we got Louisville going in to take on Miami, and we deemed that one a pick'em game. There was Miami's a 1-point favorite, but it's toss up. So we were split on the rest of these actually. I think Louisville will go into Miami. They haven't played a real tough schedule, but it's tough enough I think they'll go in there and it'll be a good game. It'll be a shootout probably, but I think it'll be in the 30s, and I think Louisville will pull that one out. And then Washington at Oregon State. That's going to be a good one because Washington's playing. They're playing for a playoff berth, and Oregon State they're playing for a good bowl. They have a good record too, so they're a good team. I think they're a top 20 team also. So that's going to be a good one, a good matchup. I think it'll be probably a high scoring if I had to guess. but I think Oregon State at home. We'll go with them. I think that's another one of those toss-ups. They could go either way. Now, Georgia, Tennessee, take it back to the SEC. Georgia's a 10-point favorite last I saw. And I think they're going to roll. I think they're getting it together. I doubted them all year. I was one of those guys that I was like, they're the champs. So, I mean, you got to be the champ, you got to beat the champ. But they were not looking like they were clicking. Now they're clicking. They just beat the mess out of Missouri, which you love to see as an Arkansas fan. But they're rolling. So I think at 10 points at Tennessee, I like Georgia to cover, and probably by a couple touchdowns, but at least. But Tennessee always pulls out one of those games at home every year that it's like, how do they do that? Like Alabama, they somehow pull that out. But I think they're on the downward track, and Georgia's on the upward. So it's easy as that, simple as that. Let's go Dogs in that one. And then take it to the NFL. Kansas City versus Philadelphia, the Kelsey Bowl rematch of the Super Bowl, and it's at Kansas City. They're getting 2.5 points. So I'm taking KC at home. I think it's going to be it's a strength on strength. You have Philadelphia, that's defense is really strong. They have defense good, but then they also do the brotherly shove or the tush push or whatever you want to call it. That we all wish Arkansas would run all year, but I think it's going to be a coming out party for Mahomes and Kelsey again. They've been kind of in a downward trend. I know this because I have them both on my fantasy team. So they've been winning, but those two haven't had the numbers that they were having. So, selfishly, let's get that going, boys. But I think Kansas City's going to be all they can handle. It's going to be a close game. I mean, 2.5 points. That's it could be a field goal game, kind of like Super Bowl. Bucker come in and win it there. Or that was the AFC Championship, I guess. But anyway, I digress. I think it'll be a close game. Super Bowl. What am I talking about? That's crazy. All right. Forget you heard that. That's okay. So then, the last game we went with a random one because he's a Jets fan. He didn't want to have to pick against him, I guess. So, which I think the Jets at Buffalo. Buffalo's a 7.5 point favorite. I think the Jets win that one outright. I think their defense is going to be too much for Josh Allen to handle, the turnover king this year. He's having a little slump, so I think Jets in that one. A little bonus for you. So the Chargers at the Packers up in the cold Lambeau. That's Chargers are getting 2.5 points, so I think they'll cover because the Packers are kind of falling their way through this season a little bit. But that field is awesome. I got a chance to tour the stadium one day on a work trip that I found myself in Green Bay. So I was like, I got to go tour the stadium. I can't not do that. So that's went and toured it, and it was pretty cool. They got an awesome stadium, but I don't think that's going to be enough to pull them up on this one. The Chargers are going to be too much for them to handle. It won't be a blowout by any means, but it could be a field goal or touchdown. I think they cover that pretty easy. So, have you been looking for a gift for that sports fan in your life that you don't ever know what they want? They don't need anything, so you just want to get them something fun and something funny? Why not a T-shirt that says, "What's the line on this T-ball game?" That's a good start. There's several others at BigRedTeeShop.com. That's BigRedTee shop.com. And you can get one today. There's several different designs there, and I'm adding more all the time. So give it a shot. Take a look. Get them a comfortable T-shirt. They're all comfortable. It's all good. BigRedTeeShop.com. BigRedTee shop.com. I appreciate you guys hanging around, and if you've been around this long, go ahead and subscribe, leave a comment, like it, share it. We're just getting this thing off the ground, up and running. So I appreciate you coming in and watching it, and go check out the sponsors. They all happen to be me right now, so that's self-sponsored, self-plug. But you get awesome shirts like this, Experience Slow Clapper, on BigRedTeeShop.com, and Gravity Design Labs. I'd love to help you with any graphics or web design needs you may have, whether you're business or personal, I don't care. I'll help you. Whatever you need, let's get together and talk about it. Yeah, follow us on all of our socials, and with that, we'll catch you next time.
Hello world, wake me up to another good morning, time to go. Oh, we are all